Well, he stopped off at the doctor's on his way home from work.
The doctor's? Anything wrong?
Well, nothing serious, Ed. It's just that... Well, have you noticed in the last couple of weeks how Ralph's been flying off the handle at the slightest little thing, and he's been so nervous and irritable lately?
So, nervous and irritable lately? Alice, let's face it, he's never been 100% in the laugh department. What happened? I can't even remember.
I can't understand the volume, man. How come the volume on these are just low? We need this.
You should go to the doctor.
This is our talking points for today.
It'll calm him down.
Well, maybe he can.
It's so low. I don't know, maybe we'll have to work with it, I guess, somehow.
Yeah, just work with it. Listen.
Ralph.
And some sweets for the sweet.
Oh, thanks, Ralph.
And how are you, my pal o' mine?
Alice, I think the doctor's doing pretty good so far. Mr. Hyde here is fast becoming Dr. Jekyll.
What'd the doctor say, Ralph?
We're going to talk about chiropractors this morning.
Absolute genius. I am never going to be nervous for the rest of my life.
Well, what?
Even service major, I know about chiropractors.
You're not going to believe this. He gives me an examination, see, and he says the reason that I'm nervous is because I get aggravated. He says, you know, you get aggravated and right away you blow your top and you get nervous. So he gives me a little thing to say, that whenever I'm steamed up, I say this little thing and I'm not nervous.
Well, like what?
As I said, you're not going to believe this. Here it is. He says, whenever I get steamed, I say this. Pins and needles, needles and pins. It's a happy man that grins. Then I smile to myself. And then I say, what am I mad about? And it works. I couldn't think of what I was mad about. And I've been aggravated several times tonight.
Really?
You mean you tried it out already?
Why, certainly. I was aggravated as soon as the doctor gave me the bill. But to really test it, I came home from the doctor's in the subway. And I want to tell you something. If you want to test the cure for aggravation, just get in the subway.
Oh, yeah.
That is the Aberdeen Proving Grounds. I wasn't in there 5 minutes before I was aggravated 1,000,000 times. Some dame had an umbrella around her arm, kept poking me in the ribs. Another guy was carrying a rose bush, sticking it in my face. Another guy had a piece of wood in his shoulder, hitting me in the back of the neck every 5 seconds. But I just stood there, and I said, pins and needles, needles and pins. It's a happy man that grins. Then I smiled, and I said, what am I mad about? And believe it or not, I just couldn't think what I was mad about. I'll never be nervous again.
Oh, I'm so happy, Ralph.
Well, suppose you get my supper. I'll go in and wash up.
All right. Well, what do you think, Ed?
Well, let me tell you, Alice, that if this pins and needle things work and really calms Ralph down, I think that it should be presented to the UN as the greatest instrument known for peace in our country.
All right, where's the guy with the rent increase?
Oh, Mr. Johnson.
How do you do, Mrs. Scranton? Hello, Mr. Norton.
Hey, Johnny boy.
Aren't you a little early this month, Mr. Johnson?
Yeah, you're not due for another week to collect the rent.
Well, I'm just not collecting the rent. I'm just going around the building and giving out these notices.
Oh. What's it say, Al?
I have one for you, too, Mr. Norton.
Oh.
Mr. Johnson,
Just looking at the wall here.
you're raising the rent.
It does. I hope mine don't say the same thing.
Well, you see, Mrs. Scranton, I went down to the rent commission, and they gave me permission to raise the rent 15%. My reasons are right there in that notice.
I knew this would happen as soon as the war ended.
I've got to be going now. I've got to give these out to the rest of the building.
All right, let's get to it here. Time is of the essence.
Yeah, we have plenty of time, eh? Don't come around 3 o'clock.
I'm a very nervous guy. You know, you just can't...
He's explaining to the landlord his new techniques that he learned.
Greatest cure for aggravation.
I hope you can hear the volume. I don't know.
It'll only take a minute. It might change your entire life. Now, look, if you ever get nervous, see, and you're aggravated, all you have to do is say, pins and needles, needles and pins, it's a happy man that grins. Then you put on a big smile, and you say to yourself, what am I mad about? And believe me, you won't be able to remember what you're mad about. I just wish I had something to aggravate me right now to show you how it works.
Hey, Ralph, maybe this will do the trick.
All right, a little test.
Pins and needles. You're not getting one dime.
Needles, needles and pins. It's a happy man.
round and round.
Load it up and truck it. Are we gonna do what they say can't be done? We've got
A long way to go. And there's sure enough time to get there.